welcome back. So today is going to be a very short, like a mini tutorial using the Lime Crime Venus 2 palette, and of course this look here. So the Lime Crime Venus 2 palette is one of their new palettes. I mean, they only have like one, the Venus, and then this is the Venus 2. And out of this palette here, there are a couple matte shadows. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4 matte. The rest of them are shimmer shadows with glitter in them. So this is so pretty. I mean, I've swatched a little already, but for the swatches, I would definitely recommend check out my blog. I do have the swatches on my blog so you guys can see. And then if you want to look at a close-up picture, it's on my blog as well. But anyway, that's enough about nothing. Here's the video.
Alright, starting off with every eye look, we are priming the eyes, and today I'll be using the MAC Painterly Paintpot, and I'm just using a simple concealer brush and patting that over my eyelid. You really want to make sure you pat that all in, so when you apply your eyeshadows it doesn't cake up in certain areas, and then you have concentration of color in certain spots but not in others, so make sure you get that really good. I'm using a very loose brush. It's a loose blending brush from Zoeva, and then I'm just applying that yellow tone color, and that is going to be my transition color for this eye look. And I'm kind of sweeping that back and forth, going underneath the brow bone, giving that brow bone a bit of shape by going directly underneath in an arc type of curve, and then just sweeping back and forth, and I'm just making sure that I have as much color as I possibly can get applied, because it is such a lighter color for my skin tone. I just want to make sure that you can really see it. Alright, going back into the palette, I'm using a firmer blending brush, and this one is another Zoeva brush. I'm just using the orange shade this time, and for that orange shade I'll be applying that right above the crease. So I'm just going to put it in a crease and then right above it, that is going to be like a gradiating effect going from the yellow orange, and then like the reddish brown shade. And I will be going back and forth with both of the brushes with the yellow, just to make sure that I have that blended out, and then going back with this brush. I just want it to look very seamless, so you can't tell any lines from where the colors really start and stop. They're all bleeding into one another. Alright, and so this is the trick for any eyeshadow look that you're going to do. You have to make sure that you blend. Alright, so I'm going to take a firm contour shader brush from e.l.f., and then I'm using that yellow, and then I'm applying that underneath my eye. So it's going to go underneath the lash line, and I'm just going to make sure that I have enough of that on, and it goes down further enough so that I can do a gradiating effect underneath my eye as well, going from yellow up to orange, and then it's the brown and the black in my waterline. So, okay, and going back into the palette, this time I'll be using the brown shade, and I'll be patting that all over the eyelid. So this is going to go all over the eyelid, and just kind of patting that in. You really want to make sure that you pack in, the color, which you don't really have to do a whole lot with this, because those shadows are pretty rich, and because that is dark enough for my skin tone, you can really tell. So I'm applying a little bit of that on the actual lash line itself, and I'll be going back with the orange later. I am using the Lord & Berry black eyeliner, one of my favorite liners. This liner is so like buttery smooth. I've used some liners where it feels like you can't even use it in the waterline because it almost hurts, that sensitive part, because it's not very smooth, but this is very, very smooth. Alright, so just applying that in the waterline, and then I'm going a little bit over because I want to be able to blend that out with the orange shade. So I'm applying a little of that right directly onto the tip of the lashes where they start. And if it gets a little bit messy, it doesn't matter. We're going to blend, so it's okay. Alright, I didn't do enough at the top of the eye, so I'm having to go back. And I'm going to be blending that out. Because I'm not using a liner, like a wing liner or anything today, I just wanted to give, just a little bit more smokiness to that eyelid. And just make it a tad bit darker right there on the edges. That's all. So I'm just kind of like blending that in as much as possible, applying a little bit more of color, or eyeshadow, should I say. And yes, I've got eyeshadows in my eyes. That's the one thing you have to be careful with some of the rich colors because they're so loose. Oh my goodness. If you're not careful, they will fall in your eyes. Okay, so I'm just using the orange now, and I am actually blending that out, blending that black liner out. And then we're going to go back up to the lashes, and before I put the falsies on, I'm just putting a coat of the Benefit Better Than Lashes, and then using the Ardell 600. I think these are like double up wispies. Alright, and then using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour, and then I'm using the lighter shades. I think this is the lightest shade in here. It's kind of like a creamy tannish beige. Alright, I already applied this to the other eye, underneath the eye, and the other side of the face, so I'm just going to go under this eye and work that out. And because my nose really doesn't have a whole lot of definition, I have to create a line down my nose so I can give myself a nose job each and every time. Yes, I'm one of those people, you take your makeup off, and you're like, is that the same girl? Oh my goodness, it happens. Alright, just using a damp beauty blender and blending that out so we don't have any cakiness going on. And then I'm using Laura Mercier, am I saying that right, Mercier? Blue setting powder, and so I'm just applying that directly to those areas that I just applied the contouring cream. And then instead of really like letting it what they call bake, I just swirl right in because I don't have time to sit there. And then I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Havana and Espresso, and I'm using that to contour my forehead. I'm going to be using that for my cheeks, underneath like the neckline, and for my nose. Oh my goodness, this is so off topic, but kind of on topic. So, I was helping my mom this weekend, and, she was helping me because she let me do her makeup. And, oh my goodness, so I was showing her, what the difference is with contouring. And, oh my goodness, she was just like amazed at some of the little simple things that you can do without, just kind of covering the dark areas of your face, by using like, some creams and things like that. Like one of my favorites is like the Melanie Gleams Deep Gold. I'll put that on like all over my face, and it helps balance it out instead of using some of the orange correctors, because sometimes that will make me look orange when I apply my makeup. So, oh my goodness, she absolutely loved it. So Oh my goodness, I love what I do. I definitely love it. Anything that I can do to help someone feel more beautiful and just, I guess, to enjoy the process of spending this time on themselves or fixing any little problems that they have. I love it. Okay, so anyway, sorry about that. I'm just using I forgot already. Oh my goodness, this is the Lord Gellar. Anyway, I forgot. So I will list that below, or either I'll just have that linked, the link to the description and everything to my blog. So I'll just put that either below or have a link so you can get to all the products if you're interested in all the products. Okay guys, I'm almost done, so I'm just going to go ahead and let it play from here because I really feel like, the rest is really explanatory. So if you guys have any questions about anything I've done in the video, please feel free to, ask, put a little message or something below, and then I would love to get back to you on that. So anyway, I'm out. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe if you like this video so far. And that's it. See you guys next time.